Hey, travelers!
Hey,
Back again.
travelers.
I know we're not outside. We're not with Troy. I'm not with Troy, but we have Penny again.
Penny.
Yep, Penny the vlog dog. Um,
Who otherwise stays hidden.
right. If she actually knew that you guys were watching, there's no way in heck she'd be on here.
She'd be hiding behind the couch.
That's right.
She's a cat.
Anyway, this week there are a few things. So thank you, first of all, for those of you that gave your opinion and your feedback last week as far as talking about podcasts and your interests and those things. We really appreciate it. So we're going to take all of that into account, and who knows what's going to happen. So we talk about it again this next weekend. So it should be good. Some things, some other things we're working on with potentially a farm. We'll see where that goes too. So some good stuff.
Some really good stuff.
All beer related, of course. Before we break into the beer, I want to quiz you guys again this week. So I'd gotten to think about this, especially now that we're still in COVID times, unfortunately, and a lot of us aren't being around at least too many people, maybe not anybody at all. My question to you is, what's the best serving size? Like when you go to a brewery, when you go to a liquor store, any of those, what do you like to get? So of course I picked the biggest growler that I could find on the shelf. I don't think I've bought a growler in, it's been quite a while. Even before COVID struck, I don't think I bought a growler. The problem that, at least my issue with it, is that if I open it, in my opinion, it needs to be drank that same day, that same night. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of beer to go through if it's only you.
Of one flavor.
Right. The other, and then of course you have the normal size growler, which is just a little smaller than that. And then you've got these little guys. I don't remember what they call those things. That was before the advent of the actual crowler. It was the glass version of it. You could get about two beers out of it, 2 pints roughly. I don't see those anymore either. And of course, shout out to Northgate, R.I.P. Northgate. That's a collector item.
Northgate.
Yeah. And then of course, we have all the canned items, especially now that COVID happened and everybody's been home. You're starting to see we'd seen crowlers before, but not as many as we do now.
No,
everybody's doing crowlers,
And they even had that shortage because it was so ridiculous.
Right, the aluminum shortage, yeah.
So,
what's your size? Like, is it 12 ounces? Is a regular bottle, can, 12 ounce can bottle? Have you more with the crowlers? So what is it?
And here's a question: do you like to drink out of the can, or do you prefer a bottle?
What do you
prefer?
And do you with your cans, even if it's a 12 ounce can, do you always pour it into a glass? Mm-hmm. I know some people like that. Mm-hmm. I know some people it depends on what kind of a beer it is.
Yep.
Just things that I'm curious about, that we're curious about. We like to hear from you.
What do you prefer?
What do I prefer? I prefer to share beer with people. That doesn't happen much.
Nope.
Because you don't drink that much beer.
I drink some. I drink my fair share.
Yeah, you do. I would say if I'm drinking something lighter, especially if it's one of those rare instances that I'm drinking a light beer, light beer just doesn't, it seems just drink it out of the can or the bottle. If I'm in a bar that seems a little on the dirty side, because I've been into a few of those, not lately, obviously. I struggle. I usually just drink something out of the bottle, and I would prefer to open the bottle myself.
Yep. Or if it's in a can, you
I don't
wipe
drink,
it off.
Yeah, I don't drink anything out of the can, and I certainly don't drink anything out of a glass. But I could go on and on and on about that.
And have you ever, because I have, where I've ordered too big of a glass, and I don't like the beer that much. And then I just feel like I've
That was the one thing that
Wasted.
I was really happy about that I started to see right before COVID started, is that a lot of these places, especially beer bars, were starting to, even breweries were starting to give you a sample size.
Yeah.
They would sell you a sample size,
A
and
2
I'm
ounce.
totally
Right.
fine with, totally fine with buying it. I don't even need a free one. I just would like to try it before I commit,
To a pint even.
because I hate wasting.
Because don't they now? Isn't there usually like a 12 and then a 10 ounce now too? And
Not always. I mean, when we go to like Nonic, Brewery Nonic in Menominee, I think all of their beers they'll do a 10 ounce, and that's perfect because usually there's 3 or 4 new ones on there that I really want to try. I'd like to go somewhere else that day, so I can have 3 or 4 10 ounces and still be good. At least me, not everybody. But anyway, this week, speaking of Brewery Nonic, we do have a new beer from them. We didn't even try it there, so it's.
And what we did try there was because it was their anniversary.
It was the anniversary, 2-year anniversary, so it was great. So let's start out with them. It's in a crowler. We'll see how this one pours. Usually we don't have very good success with crowler pours on this show. It didn't explode, so that's good.
And did you know our friend Cheryl has a dog named
Noni
after
Nonic.
Yes. Huge Great Dane.
So first of all, I probably gave you too much. I'll take that one then.
What is this beer?
This is called Ghoul Screamer,
Oh, thank you.
and it's a raspberry sour. However,
Ooh. It's a lot darker than I would think.
I wouldn't think so either. But
Ooh, it smells delicious.
it is raspberry. I'm not used to sours being that dark, but
That's yummy.
that's really good.
Wow.
So I think
Ooh.
they have no ABV on there, but
It's a little caramely at the end too.
yeah,
Yeah, that's dark. But it's a red dark. It's a red.
and there again, we've said it in the past. Brewery Nonic is pretty sessionable. Pretty much all of their beers are sessionable.
And what does that mean again?
You can drink a lot and not get drunk.
Okay.
Yeah,
Drinkable.
that's the best. That's the best. Well, I mean, a lot of beers are drinkable. This is the way of saying not high in alcohol. You can have a session. You can sit down and have a few.
I'm going to do that and be like, let's have a session.
Yeah. But yeah, this one is fantastic.
That's really good.
Not like overly sweet. It is and not overly sour.
It's tart without being, ugh. It's good.
Yeah, it's a good tart.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell it's raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
It's caramely though at the end. I like that.
I'll admit, when I first poured it, I thought they'd given us the wrong one.
I know, but it's good.
I mean, it had said the right thing on the label, but
But it looks that reddy, that like red orange.
well, actually, and it could just be the light that we have here. It looked more like a porter type when I first poured it. But
It's delicious.
it's got kind of a red hue to it. Good stuff.
Reminds me of summer.
And Brewery Nonic, for those of you that are around this part of the country, Menominee, Wisconsin. So even if you're deciding to go out and about or whatever it is, they have a lot of things in place for those of you that want to get out in the winter.
Yes.
We've been very fortunate so far that winter hasn't been that bad, but in theory, even when it does get bad or worse than it currently is, they have a lot of things set up so that you can enjoy beer outside, even in the winter, safely, spaced, all those great things. So
yeah, it's an old train station, so really it
Yeah.
has a cover over the outside, so when you're sitting out there, you're shielded, and they have the heaters, but it's a neat place.
And they've always got a fire going. So those of you that live in Minnesota, you know that already. When you had to go through the month or month and a half or whatever it was that all the breweries and bars and stuff were locked down.
They're
So,
open now.
Yeah,
Slowly
right,
getting
right.
open. So
Open
good
again.
for you guys. Cheers to that.
At least the ones that want to be open are open again, and those that aren't,
When they're
you
ready.
know, everybody do your own thing.
You know, I'm looking at this next one, and I know it's going to be like sweet because it's Untitled Art, but compared to this guy,
What are you saying?
because I've had Untitled Art before, and it's good beer, but it's more flavor than it is beer tasting, where this is still beer.
Well, and I think that's probably what you're seeing. We've talked about this. We've talked about it more off the vlog than on the vlog.
Ooh, that's good.
But what I would say is that there is a market for the super sweets. They're still technically a beer, I guess. They brew them like a beer.
Sweet though. Ugh.
And there are a lot of people that probably never would have been turned on to beer had it not been for that.
Yeah.
However, there are the people that are like us that have always been, well, you haven't always been a beer drinker, but there are people like me that have always been a beer drinker, that the sessionable stuff, the more earthy flavors that like Nonic has, which is why I miss Northgate because it's English beers. Those kinds of things, that's what I gravitate towards.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You know, it reminds me of sweets of you can have things that are just too rich that you can have once in a while, or you can have a small amount of it and it's fine. And then, you know, you have your other things that you can eat a little bit more often. But
looks
yeah.
like high C.
Oh my gosh. But it's still good. It's just that I just could not drink more than a glass of
Looks
this.
exactly like high C.
It is orange.
Look at that. High C for adults. You get on the nose. There's
There's
mango.
carrot in here.
Is there carrot in here?
Orange, carrot, apple, mango, banana. It keeps going on the side of the
Mango's
can. I
what I'm
can't see
getting.
anymore.
Is there more?
Oh, banana's the last.
Ah, good. You wouldn't want that to be the first one. Yuck.
Yeah, it's like fruit punch. Literally tastes like fruit punch.
I will admit, this isn't the sweetest thing I've ever had.
No,
from
it's
Untitled
still
Art.
you can taste the fruit, the tart of the fruit, for sure.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's-
drinkable.
You can taste the mango in there though.
You can smell the mango.
It's good.
You can really smell it.
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Even there's a little bit of tartness on the end.
Reminds me of a candy, and I can't quite think of it.
It's not quite high C.
No, but it reminds me of a candy. I don't remember. I'll think of it later.
Anyway, Untitled Art, we've probably talked about this before. Brewed out of Octopi in Waunakee, which is basically Madison, Wisconsin. So, yeah, I've noticed on social media there are people all over the country that have Untitled Art.
Oh
so.
yeah, it's heavily sought after in my beer group. By the women, for sure.
And there's a whole line of talk, or if that's what you want to call it. There's a whole backstory to Untitled Art and blah, 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 and we could go on that forever, and I don't have all the facts on it. So anyway, primarily sweet beers. Even the stouts are, I would say, not my cup of tea, but
People love them.
there are a lot of people that love them, and they do some barrel aging and.
So Untitled Art, does that mean that the art that's on the can has something to do with the name, or
Honestly, I have no idea.
they all have way different art on the can.
Yeah, and I think whoever submitted the art, I'm pretty sure they get Rain Smith.
So yeah, I think that it's a different. I think that's their whole shtick, if you will.
Sure.
Is that you get to put your art on a can, because it's really neat. Some of them are really, really cool to look at.
There again, this is a 16-ounce can, so I've been seeing more 16-ounce cans than ever. The first ones that I was aware of, and we've been doing Taproom Travelers for almost 7 years now. Lazy Monk has been doing the 16-ounce can
Yeah.
from the beginning. So,
Does that have to do something with Germany? Like, do they do stuff in Germany more 16 ounces?
what did Leosh say? I think when we interviewed him for the episode, he said it was the, I don't remember. Something about the size. It's the size that he liked.
It's the perfect size.
Yeah, it's the
really the
something
only
like that.
size, because
Yeah.
that sounds like Leosh. The right size.
So not 12 ounces is too little, but 20 ounces is too much. So 16, right in the middle, I guess. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, good stuff. Don't forget to let us know about the size that's right for you, whether that's
And why?
right. I have varying sizes of cans in the beer refrigerator right now. There's a whole door of 12-ounce bottles and cans, and then the rest of it's varying sizes of everything. I've got bombers in there, and speaking of which, bombers. What's your take on that?
Yeah.
It seems to be a dying thing, but there are breweries that are still doing it. Speaking of which, this airs on Thursday. So today, when you're watching it, if you're watching it on the Thursday that it debuts, Dangerous Man over in the Cities is actually doing a bomber release today. And it is the Imperial Peanut Butter Porter with marshmallow
Interesting.
in a bottle, barrel aged. So,
Interesting.
yeah. If anybody has extra, just let me know.
Tis one of my favorite
Do
beers.
some trades with you or something.
But yeah. And what type of glass or can or bottle you like to drink from?
Or do you not care?
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Anyway, I'll have a little more of this. I like that stuff. Good stuff. You want a little? You gonna mumble? Say your words? No?
What are you going to talk to me like? Use your words.
Yeah. We've been together long enough. I think I'm comfortable with that. Anyway, yeah, let us know your thoughts. Remember, if you haven't subscribed already, and thank you for the 916 people that have already subscribed to us.
Woohoo!
2021, we're going to cross that 1,000 threshold. I just have this good feeling about it. So, if you haven't already done it, do that. Check us out on the Instagrams and the Facebooks and the Twitters, and someday I'll get Troy on the TikTok. So,
And if you so feel it, tag us in your size with a picture of your favorite size.
or
of beer.
tag us in your TikTok video
Woo,
with you
TikTok.
dancing with beer to, like, I don't know, Post Malone circles or something
with
like
your
that.
clothes on.
Yeah, hopefully with your clothes on. Yeah. And we'll promise that anything we post will be fully clothed too. So anyway, we'll see you next week, everybody. Prost.
Prost.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click down below where there's some more episodes for you to watch. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on episodes that you do watch. We hope to see you next time.